Welcome back into the showcast and another one of our famous interviews. Right now, we have joining us a rising comedian who you could find in the movie, the Tina Fey and Amy Poehler movie that just came out, Sisters, but you'll be able to find her weekly as well in Man Seeking Woman, which airs on Wednesdays at 10:30 on FXX. Britt Lower has joined us. How are you, Britt?
I'm doing really well. I'm in Topanga Canyon right now, which is one of my favorite places on the planet.
Well, that's fun. Tell us what you're doing there, if you can.
I'm shooting a film up here, and in the meantime, I have found a parking lot that has reception where I can talk to you. But I love it up here. There's a bunch of hippies and horses, and it's great.
Oh, that's fun. It sounds like a little bit of the crowd that might get into Man Seeking Woman when you talk about, I don't know if you said hippies or hipsters, but that's kind of it's kind of an offish type comedy. Man Seeking Woman is. We have talked to a couple people who have been on the show. We talked to Eric Andre, and we've talked to Maya, who was in season 1. But could you give us some insight on what I guess what'll be the same and what might be different for viewers that saw season 1 or are now getting into season 2 at this point?
Yeah, season 2 has a lot in store for people who love the show and maybe even people who are just coming to the show. Our characters make quite a few more mistakes than they did in season 1, and the stakes are slightly higher. It's not even possible on this show. But we're going to get to see a lot more vulnerability from all of the characters, particularly in regards to Josh and the Greenberg family. You're going to get to know a little bit more about our dynamic together.
Yeah, I think that's shown a little bit. I mean, we've seen there will have been 3 episodes at this point, so we've seen a little bit of that from Josh, certainly. And I think that we're going to see a little bit of that from you as well coming up here, because I'm hearing rumors that the next episode that will air is the classic Woman Seeking Man episode. Can you tell us a little bit about what we can look for there? And specifically with your character, Liz, because she's going to be the star, I think.
Yes, absolutely. So Liz gets involved with an older married man who's very successful and very well known and very beloved by the world over. And she goes against her better instincts and becomes involved with a man who is married. And that man is known as Santa Claus.
I knew who it was before, and you introduced him quite well.
Yeah, I mean, it's Liz goes a little extreme this episode. It's a bit risque, and she becomes vulnerable in a way that is totally understandable. I mean, she really falls for this guy, and it's just he's not really. I mean, I guess he's not really the ideal partner for her, but she goes for it anyway.
Last year's episode was good too with the I forget his name. It was like Chuck or something, but it was a robot.
Yeah, we're making a list of all of the non-human characters who we've had to have sexual relations with on the show, and the list is getting pretty long.
I was gonna say that you're gonna run out of paper pretty soon.
Yeah, there was a car involved so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you, I mean, with the different, maybe not specifically with a married jolly fellow from the North Pole, but do you have any maybe terrible or like good, bad date stories that you kind of pull from when you're doing the show?
Oh, gosh. I mean, the show for all of us is really autobiographical in certain ways. I mean, the scenarios are certainly extreme, and the metaphors are so stark, in order to reach a kind of a point of hilarity. But at the same time, we're all grounding ourselves in our own, like, actual true emotions when we felt unrequited love, or we felt lonely, or we felt, desperate. And I think the similarities to our real life just kind of come down to like grounding ourselves in the scenes and making the characters feel authentic and, that they actually are human beings. They're just experiencing something that's totally extreme.
Yeah, I think I had mentioned this. I forget which person we were talking to. I mentioned it too, but when I think the first episode when I watched it, I was kind of confused because I didn't know that's what it was going into it. But then I kept watching a few more, and it totally drew me in. I think my favorite thing that I'll always remember, I think it must have been the second or third episode of last season with the whole texting thing. And they're in like basically the war room of texting. And it basically describes anybody ever texting somebody interested or somebody they're interested in to a T, essentially.
Oh, totally. Yeah. And that's what's great about the show is that I think it teaches you how to watch it the more you watch it.
Yeah.
It's incredibly hard to describe. Like we go to these press events and, we talk about the show, which we love so much. But all of our descriptions are so vastly different from each other. And I think that's a testament to how unique the show is.
Yeah, and I mean, I've been married for 4 years, and even I can relate to it just from memory. And Steve here, for anyone listening, is single, so he, I'm sure, can relate as well. But
Britt, all I heard you say was Jay Baruchel has actually in real life had sex with a car before. That's the only thing I heard you say. So we go from there and move on.
Poor Jay. Poor Jay having to have intercourse with an automobile. I mean, it only serves him right. I had intercourse with a 1950s style giant metal robot last season, so it's all fair. Like Eric had to make love to a giant alien overlord.
And save the world.
Anyway, it makes for a good story around the Thanksgiving dinner table.
And I guess I think it was Maya had that giant dick monster, right? I forget what it was called also, but it was basically the big thing that had all the penises on it.
What was it?
Didn't Maya have it was towards the end of last season. It was the big monster that what the heck was its name? Began with a T. It had all the penises on it, basically.
Oh, that was actually Minka Kelly. Minka Kelly was the brilliant.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
That episode, and she had a best friend named Tanaka, who was
that was it, Tanaka.
Monster. Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit.
There are more monsters to be had this season, too.
I can only imagine where we go from a big purple penis monster. But getting a little bit more into your background, you're from Illinois, you went to Northwestern. Did you basically go straight from there to LA, or how did you kind of make your way out into Hollywood?
I actually only recently moved to Los Angeles. I've been in Brooklyn for the past few years out of school. I kind of was interested in the improv scene there and doing a lot of theater and indie filmmaking. And my first job was actually on a little-known television series called Big Lake that Chris Parnell and Horatio Sand and Chris Becker were a part of.
Oh, yeah, we've talked to Chris before. He's awesome.
Oh, he's terrific. Yeah, he's such a funny, genuine guy. And Don Scardino, who directed a lot of the Candy Rock series, was our director for that series. So that was my crash course in at least working on a television set, especially for comedy.
Oh, okay. Well, how did Steve had mentioned when we brought you in about your role in Sisters. How did you end up landing that one?
How did I land that one? I did. It's sort of the regular route, going to an audition and going back in and doing it a couple of different ways. And then before I knew it, I was jumping up and down from the news from my agent. So I was like, ooh, I love those babies. They're my heroes.
Oh, yeah. When you talk about women in comedy, they are the quintessential hilarious women in comedy, basically. They're the perfect duo.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. They're, and they both have amazing books that they've written, and they're, in addition to being the funniest people on the planet, they're also super lovely and warm, and we're very welcoming.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear your opinion about this because Adam mentioned you went to Northwestern, so we're hoping that you have a nice take on this. But it's easy for me and Adam as men to sit here and say that Tina Fey and Amy Poehler are making huge waves in the comedy world, and Amy Schumer as well can be thrown in that category, I think. But I think that it's no joke no joke, that's a bad pun, that the comedy world it's kind of a man's world at the moment. But I'm interested to see what you think about like the status of women, because it certainly seems like you're very funny in a regular TV show, and Tina Fey certainly, and Amy Poehler and Amy Schumer. So I'm curious to see where you think the future is for women comedian, because it seems like there is some legitimate steam being gained in what is normally considered a boys' club, kind of.
Yeah, I think there's so many hilarious women working right now and developing their own series. Obviously, Broad City is a terrific example of that. And I perform improv with a bunch of women who I met at college, and we did improv there. And what I love about performing with them, and I love improvising with people of every gender, but what I love in particular about performing with women is just the way that we listen to one another is just a slightly different animal. And I don't know, there's something nice and subtle about that, but I'm not sure if I'm answering your question.
That's quite all right. It's the background is good. I guess I'm just curious to see what it's just coming from a woman's side on where kind of the status of women in the comedy world is. Yeah, because I think it's moving forward in the right direction. But I'm just interested. It's easy for me to say because I'm not a woman trying to make it comedy.
My favorite scene from Sisters is when Tina and Amy are like trying on clothes, and then they just start bumping bellies with one another. And what I find so exciting is just to see women getting along. I think that's why people respond to Broad City so well too. Is just, you see these hilarious women, and they're just having the time of their life with one another. And I think, if anything, that's where comedy is going. I get a little, I'm like kind of not so into, characters being super mean to each other. It creates conflict, but, all right, let's establish that, like, women like each other, and then let's go from there.
What's your opinion on the new Ghostbusters? Because that's going to be 4 ghost-busting women now.
Oh, my gosh. Well, it's going to be brilliant. I think Kate McKinnon is a genius, and all of those women. I mean, I can't wait to see it.
Did you? Kind of an unexpected follow-up here. Did you? Who were your kind of inspirations growing up, or while you were in college, or even now? Who you're trying to? I guess you don't want to say trying to emulate, but who was kind of your inspiration when you were going through the acting ranks?
Sure. Well, my introduction to improv comedy, which I keep bringing up because I use it a lot on the show, and it's kind of my intro to comedy, was TJ and Dave in Chicago.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have ever heard of them, but they're this improv duo that performed at the Improv Olympic. So they were kind of my introduction to improv, and then, Jane Curtin, Lily Tomlin, Gilda Radner. I mean, I also really love performers like Parker Posey. Miranda July is incredible.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, all classics, certainly. Well, we appreciate you having the time to join with us. We're kind of at our time here now, but like I said, I appreciate you joining us. You can follow Britt. It's Britt Lower, at Britt Lower on Twitter. That's Lower, and at Brittle on Instagram. Did I get those right? I should have asked you first, I think.
You did. You totally got it right. Yeah.
Yes. And you can also check her out on Man Seeking Woman, which is going to be Woman Seeking Man, but that airs on FXX on Wednesdays at 10:30, which follows Always Sunny, which is popular around these parts. So make sure to check her out there. And thanks a lot, Britt. We appreciate it.
Yeah, Britt, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me. This is super fun.
Awesome. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be back with a little bit more of the showcast right after this.